What's up, everyone, and welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included Max Difficulty. This is episode number, I don't know. We're above 10. Pretty sure. So, I did play a little bit in between episodes, and we're starting to kind of get our main transit tube system built here. We're just going to be traveling pretty much all along here, and then we'll pop in, probably extend this entrance out to like here, put another transit tube there. That way we can kind of, travel back and forth really quickly. We've also added some storage for our polluted water system here, so we can actually build up a little bit more. We need to let the game actually load up, and it's not showing it. There we go. But yeah, I popped in here for some reason. I don't remember why. Why did I come in here? Oh yeah, because I wanted to analyze this cool slush geyser. So active period, 65 cycles every 125 cycles. Okay, so that's not too bad, and we can produce a lot of water. So yeah, the goal was to just kind of create a little extra storage here for the polluted water, which currently we've only got 3 of them set up, but the duplicates, we'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. We did have to move the kilns over a little bit, but no big deal there. They probably won't get cooled off as much because holy cow, look how much we've cooled this area down. I don't know, I guess you can't really tell because there's nothing to compare it to, but it was definitely about this hot, maybe in the 40s or something, before we started doing all this stuff. Pretty sure anyway. But the kilns weren't running, they should be running now. Let's see what we got. I did hear the printing pod go off, so oxalate, sure, we'll take that. I did bring another dupe in. I'm pretty sure that was in the last episode, so no surprise there. And one thing I did, I'm gonna actually cancel all this. I actually set up a couple bedrooms here for some potential astronauts or whatever. And I had a comment by I have no idea how to pronounce this. Let's see. You know what? I'm not even gonna try because I'm just gonna butcher it. But basically, there's a couple comments actually that helped out quite a bit. There's one saying that for easy morale for an astronaut, I could just stick a bunch of decor items like down here and then make the floor tiles out of window tiles, diamond window tiles. That way the decor would like shine through up into the bedroom. We could just stack like a bunch of, let's see, what do we got? We could do like a bunch of sculpting blocks and then portraits above them. How far do these reach? 4 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if that actually, I think it does hit them because I think they're considered sleeping on the bottom layer there. So we could potentially stack up a lot of decor down here. So we might look to do that. I don't know if it's necessary right now, because it might help me kind of get really, really high decor on somebody to become an astronaut without actually giving them like barbecue and whatnot. So that could be good. Let's see, what else have we done? We were going to set up the showers there, but like I said, I'm probably going to put morale here. I don't know, I have to add it up. Let's see, I haven't actually checked to see if I can get enough morale doing that, but one thing I can actually start doing is digging this out, because I know... Come on, game. I know that we're going to put our... What's it called? Our transit tube entrance here, so we can just dig that stuff out. Alright, what else is going on? We did run quite low on iron because I built quite a few of the track systems. Now, we don't have anything operating yet, but I did kind of build them because I had put Liam into the mechatronics engineer position. So I figured I'd just get those built while he was there. I didn't finish training him on it. Let me make sure he's not actually on it still. Yeah, okay, I moved him away. Because I don't want the morale to go up for him just yet, because I'm not really prepared for it at the moment. Our dirt cooker is pretty much done. I did a lot of that off camera because I figured I already had a video on it, and I'm making it pretty much the exact same. There are a few things that have changed, however. Oops, we can do that. So get rid of this. So in that video, I was actually pumping the coolant directly into this room and then dripping it and then pumping it out after dripping it. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to fill this bottom layer with oil, and then we'll run a radiant pipe. That way it just cools the oil as it goes through, and I'm not like double pumping. Make sure we sweep all this up. Let me make sure I have everything set up here. Automation's all good. Oh, one other thing I added was I reversed this room. I inverted this room. Well, I don't know if invert's the right word, but I flipped it horizontally or vertically. Normally the sweeper was on this side, but it made more sense because this is where the oil comes in at, or goes out at, or whatever. Or water. This is going to be the water coming in. That's right. And then I added a clock sensor onto the conveyor rail here, or conveyor loader. That way it doesn't run with just very small amounts of dirt, because we're just going to have it turn on for a little bit, like once a cycle or something, and then that'll be that. But everything else here is set up. We're just waiting for power. I haven't ran power yet, and I do have to drip oil in here, which currently I have a bottle emptier with auto bottle going, but it's a priority 8, but I don't know, they tend to not really get around to these things very often, so I kind of have to like ease up on the tasks and let them kind of catch up with everything that I'm doing. So that's that. We are currently pulling oil off of this guy right here. So we're going to be using a lot of water here. We have disabled this pump, although I don't need to. But I wanted to disable it so I could run the polluted water line. We're not actually making anything. How much iron do we have? Let's just make more iron. I think I stopped to make some gold. Let me actually make a little bit of gold. There we go. But yeah, I stopped producing iron and steel to make a little bit of gold. Because I don't remember why. I think I was trying to make a piece of machinery out of gold or something and I didn't have any. But anyway, so all this stuff in here is made out of steel. Auto sweeper steel. Well, the sensors aren't made out of steel because they don't overheat, but the conveyor loader, the pump, all this is made out of steel because this is going to get quite toasty in there. So pretty much all this machinery is made out of steel. I think all this stuff in here is gold. Yeah, all this is gold. And then the outside is just ceramic. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be all ceramic. But yeah, we're pretty much set up over here. We just kind of got to get everything rolling. Now, what I'm thinking for the coolant is, well, first of all, what I'm going to do with the steam is I'm going to pump the steam up into this room, which will eventually make into, like, you know, a neat little room. But for now, it's just going to be venting into the environment. But yeah, I'm going to pump the steam up into here, and we're also going to use this coolant to come up here and cool down any steam that this outputs. But this coolant here is going to have to feed multiple things because this aqua tuner is actually going to need to run quite a bit. So we're going to have a couple coolant lines coming off and cooling stuff down. Mainly this. There was one other thing I wanted to do, but I kind of forgot what it was. What am I thinking? There was something I wanted to set up. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the last one, actually. And like, it's been a long time since I actually played the game. It's been like 6 days or something. I haven't had really time to play or get a video ready or anything, so that kind of sucks. But we're on the ball now, so hopefully we can continue to upload every 3 or 4 days. Anyway, I'm sure it'll come back to me later. We'll talk about it then. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Let me see if there's anything else. I don't think there is. One thing I'm going to do is actually close these doors. I do want to replace this with an Atmos sensor. I just want to pop in here and do it, but it's like so much work that I don't need more work right now. Let's see. One other thing I did was add a second. Is this even going into this thing? I don't think the water's... Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So I added a second carbon skimmer down here because this thing was getting overpressurized. This one was not relieving enough pressures. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of carbon dioxide down here. So I added a second one down here just temporarily until I kind of figured this whole area out. This is all up for remodeling pretty much anytime soon. I might just kind of enclose it, make it its own little enclosed system and stuff. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But yeah, we got to move the oil refinery over and all this stuff over so we can potentially fit more stuff here. But I think that's pretty much all I did. How much plastic do I have? I have enough plastic to kind of run a little bit more of this, so I'm going to go ahead and delete some more of my fire poles here. But yeah, I was running kind of low on iron ore. So I started sort of exploring to get more of it, but I don't really need it right now, but that's fine. That's all low priority stuff, so it's not going to really affect me too much. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all that's happened. One thing I do want to do is actually get a better oxygen production system set up. And I'd really actually like to do it right here. But I can't really do that without just crushing all this stuff. And how much algae do I have? I suppose I could try to run off algae in the meantime, but I don't know. That'd be cutting it kind of close. And I guess I just don't need to take on another project right now. Still trying to get clay for my ceramic production because I was using a lot of ceramic when I built the dirt cooker down there. How much do I actually have? 3,500 kilograms, so not that much. Not that much. Oh yeah, we were kind of exploring up to the surface as well, but I remember I hit this point of interest that I can't see. So I might just use debug to kind of reveal this, but I don't like doing that. It's just kind of annoying that it won't let me pop up. I can't even dig this out. Well, if I could dig that out, then I could move a dupe up there, but it won't even let me dig it out. So we're just gonna have to try and approach from the top, or maybe this door. You know what? Let's try that first. So I'll go, and potentially we'll be able to open it up and reveal that point of interest. I just heard another printing pod go off. Bristleberries, sure. Now, since bringing in the 7th duplicate, I am actually losing calories, and that's basically because, well, I'm not growing enough for 7 duplicates, but with all this other stuff that I'm getting from the printing pod and just some wild mushrooms and things, I don't think it's going to be an issue. So I'm not really going to worry about it too much. One thing I could do is just plant a couple sleet wheat in here because it's definitely cold enough. -15, whoa! But yeah, as you can see, the greenhouse is working great. Everything's nice and cool. We've got this area vacuumed all out for our transit tube, so we're going to be moving this access up to here, and then, you know, popping in here. And then we'll have like this area up here. It's going to extend out further and further. Obviously, we'll have to vacuum it out each time, but it'll be fine. So that's what we're going to do, and this is going to be like all farm potentially, if we need more, right? But this is going to last, I think I made this for 8 duplicates. I don't remember. It's enough to support quite a bit. That's all I know. Once we get the sleep wheat in, of course. Oh, dang, look at our food, man. You can see the gristleberries. I had like 125,000 last time I looked, and it's gone down. So that's all they're actually able to eat as far as what I have stored right now. They can eat the mushrooms, but they're probably not going to over the gristleberries. So yeah, the meat and the bristleberries they can't eat because I'm going to turn the meat into barbecue later on and things. Dirt cooker. Let's see, how are you doing, my man? You just need more oil, pretty much. I guess the power wire we could start running. How was I going to do this? Oh yeah, right here. Okay. So this one, this is the one I'm actually going to pull like that. And then this one down here will connect to this stuff. We'll just bridge over like that, and then yeah. So kind of didn't really think about how I would arrange this area. This geyser room is actually kind of in the way because I've got all my transformers set up like right along this, and then boom, that thing's in the way. So I had to throw it over here, but we're making it work. Holy cow, we're almost out of petroleum. What in the world? I guess we're generating quite a bit of plastic, so it makes sense. Yeah, once we got that water moving, the polluted water line, it's actually cooling everything down quite well. Go. Let's do that. We've got a little bit more plastic. I do want us to have like a little surplus of plastic, just for, you know, if I need to make a vent or a bed or whatever. But we definitely want to get this transit tube done like quick, because right now all they're doing is, we can actually just delete this entire thing. They're having to use a ladder for going up and down, and it's slowing all of the progress down for everything. So, all right, so this system is actually pretty much online. Just gotta get this stuff built, which I don't think, yeah, they can't reach that one. They can reach this stuff, but this one not so much. We're just gonna build a ladder there. That way they'll be able to get to it. And I did leave a little bit of access here in the middle between these, so we'll potentially have, you know, a route to run a transit tube or ladder or whatever to kind of go up here or whatever if we need to. Always nice to leave a little bit of room for travel. One thing I've been mulling over is actually replacing my Atmos suits up here with jet suits. So just having my dupes in jet suits all the time, because one of the changes I remember them making is that duplicants will try to preserve fuel. So they'll like use ladders and things to try and preserve jetpack fuel. So I could actually have them running around in jetpacks, and they'll only use the jetpacks when like when they really need to, when they can't access something by ladder or whatever. So I think that would be really cool to actually have set up. But yeah, I actually have to get it set up, so that's quite a pain in the butt. And I don't have jetpacks even researched yet. I think I was working on them. Yeah, I was working on them. You know what? We could actually research them. That's fine. We can get that going. All right, so one thing we could actually do is start filling this up. Maybe not. Oh. So let me connect all this stuff up, and then we'll start pumping some oil in here. So we only want to fill this thing about halfway, or maybe a little over halfway, but definitely don't want to fill it full. We got to remember that. I don't want to sweep these blossom eggs, honestly. But I have to go in here and cancel sweeping. You know, I've seen a couple people wanting like a sweep filter, and I never really had a need for one until right now. So I can now see the benefit of having a sweep filter. So you're only sweeping like certain things, or maybe you could exclude something. That would be nice. You know what? One thing we need to do actually is change this coolant line. So we're gonna have this coolant kind of recirculating, so we should never really need to add more coolant into the system. So let's just do this for now. We probably don't even need this. You know, once this has been full, or once this has been filled, we can just use this oil constantly. We can just recirculate it back to the system once it's heated up. So the room for this guy is going to look something like this, and then I'm thinking just some storage tanks over here for more water, which will also be enclosed in their own little room, so we don't kind of control that temperature a little bit more. Alright, how's my food? Gristleberries are still going down, so I'm thinking we're going to have to plant a little bit of sleet wheat, start making some burry sludge, but I'll wait a little bit so it gets maybe a little bit more dangerous. So we do have quite a bit of gristleberry. Start up. Oh, what is this? Wait. How did that stuff get in there? It's gonna bug me. I can't leave this stuff in here. It's just gonna bug the heck out of me. I don't know how it got in there. What world? It was nice and clean, and then you know what happened? The duplicants were walking across to go do something else, and then they changed their mind to go do something else, go eat or something, and well, now we got this problem. Way to go, duplicants. Okay, sweep this up. I'm gonna make it priority 9. I want this done now. And that's actually a lot of polluted water in there. We're gonna have to figure out something to do with this. We want to save the Paku if we can. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is there are a couple ideas as far as like making barbecue goes, well, with hatches and Paku and whatnot. And it reminded me of a Paku, like an automated Paku farmer I set up a long time ago. And the reason I never shared it is because there was like no sustainable way, or there's no way to really get Paku, wild Paku. So you had to tame them, and I didn't really want to deal with that stuff because you have to feed them and all that. But now that the printing pod can print Paku, which somebody pointed out to me in the comments, you can set up like a wild Paku farm. So you don't ever have to feed the Paku or anything. You just throw them in a place with like an auto sweeper, and they'll die and produce meat and all this stuff. So the reason why Paku are good at that is because they only live for like 25 cycles. Yeah, so they only live for 25 cycles, whereas like puffs are 75 hatches or like 100 and something. So every 25 cycles, basically, you get a piece of meat, which is not too bad. So I might look into that if I can get lucky with the printing pod here. So I've been using the hotkey system, or I guess it's the camera hotkey system. So you can set like you can hold control and press one of the number keys to set a position. You can hold shift and press that number key to go to that position. So you can traverse the map a lot quicker, especially late game when it starts to get really laggy, like moving around. So that's going to be really nice. All right, how's my plastic? 1,400 kilograms. I think we're pretty close to being able to finish this guy off. All right, and transit tube system done. Oh, we have one little plant that's in our way, and then they got to build everything, obviously. But 108 kilograms of plastic left. Perfect. Did I not deconstruct this insulated tile? Thought I did. Well, look at that. We've reached maximum coolness in here. Well, almost. So yeah, that was the whole idea, is that this can continue to cool itself. The cooling room can continue to get colder even when we don't need that cooling in these rooms. That way, when we do need that cooling, we're gonna have a lot of it stored up, so we're not gonna have any issues. We could actually use this cooling for other things as well if we needed, but a lot of stuff going on, a lot of confusing stuff. That's what happens when things get big, man. You can't control it anymore. That's what she said. We need more iron. Okay, how much iron do we have? Iron ore. 42 tons of iron ore. We're about to get a little bit more. So we're actually pretty set on that. What about ceramic? 9.9 tons. That's really not that much. Ceramic goes really quickly when you're making insulated ceramic. I bet I'm out of clay again. Holy cow, has it been 20 cycles already? Okay, game's going a little bit quicker than I had imagined, but that's it, I guess, for this episode. Yeah, I'll probably play another 20 cycles or so in between episodes. I feel like that's kind of keeping things a little bit more interesting than just playing for 20 cycles and then not playing and then playing for 20 cycles. It lets me play kind of in between videos and get a lot of the stuff done that's a little bit boring to wait for, but that's kind of all this series really is turning into, is just waiting for duplicates to build until we get to rockets, and then things might get a little bit more interesting, I think. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up button if you did. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or suggestions or anything like that. Thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.